Once in royal David's city stood a lowly cattle shed, where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed. Mary was that mother mild, Jesus Christ her little child. I'm once again delighted to have this opportunity to share a Christmas message through the wonderful medium of Shalom World TV. Shalom are now in their second year here in Ireland. And this year, I greet you as the Irish patron of Shalom World TV. Shalom are a great presence amongst us. And through their regular broadcasts of Mass from St. Peter and Paul's Church in Portlaoise, as well as other programmes recorded and broadcast here from Ireland, Shalom are making a great contribution to the Irish Church communication landscape. From Ireland, I greet you around the world today with the reassuring message: a Saviour is born for all. These words are adapted from the 11th verse of Luke's Gospel text, used at midnight Mass every Christmas. It's the usual question that comes every year from those who regularly attend Mass and ceremonies, to those who drop in on seasonal moments like Christmas or Easter. Midnight Mass is one of those moments, one of those experiences that stay with us. Every midnight Mass, we're treated to a precise account that historically pinpoints the birth of Christ. He came down to earth from heaven, who is God and Lord of all, and his shelter was a stable, and his cradle was a stall. With the poor, the mean and lowly, lived on earth our Saviour holy. Let's return to the 11th verse of the 2nd chapter of St. Luke, a passage we will hear at our midnight Mass celebration. Today in the town of David, a Saviour has been born to you. He is Christ the Lord. Luke begins with news of a census to be taken, decreed by Caesar Augustus. Further mention of the governor Quirinius puts the census according to Pope Emeritus Benedict in his beautiful work on the infancy narratives as happening around 6 AD. Luke is giving us an historical and a theological framework to place and pinpoint the birth of Jesus. By being precise around his birth, we can equally be precise around his years of ministry. Jesus belongs to a time that can be precisely dated and a geographical area that can be precisely defined. If we take 6 AD as the most likely date of the birth of Jesus, we are gathering 2011 years later. It is no accident that many of the characters associated with the infancy narratives are long consigned history, while some of them, although seldom mentioned in text beyond the infancy narratives, are part and parcel of every Christmas celebration. They appear in our school plays. They are remembered in our favourite carols. They're an integral part of our Christmas traditions and customs. I speak of Caesar Augustus and Quirinius. Without the birth of Christ, they would have been forgotten
2,000 years ago. I speak of the innkeeper. When he said no to the young Mary and Joseph, his no earned him a place in history. I speak of the terrified shepherds out in the fields that night. They being there earned them a moment in history.
For he is our childhood's pattern, day by day like us he grew. He was little, weak and helpless, tears and smiles like us he knew. And he feeleth for our sadness, and he shareth in our gladness.
Today we ourselves are also at some remove from that first nativity story. We may role play the different characters. We may sing the repertoire of carols. But our essential role is very much part of the continuing story of Christ's presence in the world. The original infancy narrative had a particular cast of characters. Now the stage is ours. Now the script is our own. The baby wrapped in swaddling clothes is looking for a home this Christmas. Looking for a home amongst the most broken and wounded. Jesus was homeless. Today, too many are homeless. In Ireland alone in the past couple of months, 8 people died sleeping rough. Too many children live in overcrowded B&Bs, hostels or hotel rooms. Jesus was born into a refugee situation. What immediately followed his birth was a flight into Egypt. Too many more are fleeing persecution and knocking on our doors. Are we just going to be another innkeeper who turns to look the other way? And our eyes at last shall see him through his own redeeming love. For that child so dear and gentle is our Lord in heaven above, and he leads his children on to their place where he is gone. Christmas is a time of great joy for so many. Last Christmas, Pope Francis reminded us we must contemplate the child Jesus who gives hope once again to every person on the face of the earth. May each of you experience this hope this Christmas morning. Amen.